Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. If you don't know me, I'm Game from BusyWorksBeats.com, and we trained over 1 million producers around the world. Some have gone to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Young Thug, Polo G, Trippie Redd, Lil Baby, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, a long list of folks. Now, last night I did the research and I saw how many producers you guys have been working with. The list got even longer. So I'm going to dedicate this video to honoring everybody who's ever shown love to me. And any way that I've added value to your life, I want to thank you firstly, because I love hearing you guys' success stories. Whether you learned how to mix your beats, whether you learned music theory techniques from me, whether you learned FL Studio, whether you learned sound design, or just the business side of stuff. I just am super humble to say that I'm honored. And I want to thank you guys. So let's switch screens here. So firstly, I want to, show you guys Grammy winners. Okay, I didn't know you guys are Grammy winners. Okay, so this is our guy, Link Music. He said, well, it's an audio, and hopefully Link doesn't mind, but it was a pleasant audio, nothing private here.
Hey, for sure, man. Blessing talking to you, man. You're the OG, man. I used to watch all your videos back in the day, bro. It's crazy. You're the gold, man.
And I went to check his page. I'm like, okay, he's been with, let me pause the video. It says Grammy-winning and multi-platinum producer. He's worked with DDG, Gunna, forgive me, I can't identify our guy to the right. That's probably my mistake for not being hip enough. Chris Brown. Man, there's so many albums I can't even identify everybody. I said Gunna, right? Trippie Redd, NBA Youngboy, The Baby, Lil Skies. So he was on a roll, okay? And he made his way all the way to the Grammys. That's intense. I did not know you guys are Grammy winning. Another Grammy winning producer is our guy, Slim X Pharaoh. So he says, legend, started years ago by watching your tutorials. And then I went to his page and I recorded it just to be like, I was so shocked. So Travis Scott, Chris Brown, he's been on. All right, so this is incredible. You guys are really in there. NBA Youngboy, Lil Skies. So you guys are really putting in the work, and I got to respect you guys. Now, I want to be clear, when I show you guys these testimonials, I'm not taking credit for any of these people's lives. One thing I learned from it is a mentor named Frank Kern. And the only 6 words I've told him in real life was, thank you, you saved my life. Wait, that's 7 words. I said, thank you, you saved my life. That's 6 words, yeah. And I just remember telling him that, and he's like, I didn't save your life. But in my head, from my perspective, he did, because if he never would have trained me on what he taught me, I never would have become what I've become. Does that mean that Frank Kern was there twisting the knobs and figuring out music production? No, but he showed me a lot of information that changed the trajectory of my life. So I'm infinitely grateful for Frank Kern, for example, and other mentors like Dan Kennedy, Eben Pagan, and Jay Abraham, and those folks. But yeah, so this video is going to be a compilation of all you guys' stories. And before we get to you guys' stories, let me just show you guys some results that I've got myself, so that it's not, we're going to highlight the students today too. So just the YouTube channel, we didn't pull up the Instagram stats or the TikTok stats, but we're at 220 million views just on YouTube, okay, which is pretty incredible. 13 million watch hours and over 1 million something subscribers, which is all you guys' help. We have over 758,000 total enrollments on our website, and our active enrollments are 279,203. All right, so that's just our new training website at busyworksbeats.com/premium. So if you ever want to learn how to make beats like the pros, just go to our website. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, so the legends like Rodney Jerkin shouted me out years ago back in 2015. I want to thank him because that's the first time I felt starstruck. I was like, whoa. I was starstruck. He's produced for Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, a ton of folks, and he's just super humble. He said, yes, sir, keep teaching this new generation. Information and knowledge is the next currency. And we were going back and forth about chord codes at that time. He said how the minor 7th is his favorite chord code, 03710. And Illmind shouted me out. Thank you, Illmind. He says, a lot of good stuff on YouTube, but Busy Works Beats and Simon Servita are my faves at the moment. I want to thank Illmind because he definitely was a huge part of Busy Works Beats. From Blap Chat to his conversations to the tips he would give. I was always on Blap Chat. Sometimes I would get frustrated with, the co-host feedback, but we got over those humps. And I just learned so much from Illmind. Like, he was the first one to truly be a pioneer in this training space. Like, he was the first one to do live events that I knew of for producers and Pass the Aux type of stuff. And I got encouraged and inspired by a lot of what he did. So I want to thank him. And the GOAT. No, everybody loves Metro Boomin. Nobody hates Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin said, love, bro, I've always been a fan. The work you do for the community is monumental. So shout out to Metro Boomin. He is doing huge things. I can never take credit for Metro Boomin's success. The fact that he's worked with The Weeknd, Future, Drake at one point, not to be ironic, but Drake, Kendrick. I mean, the list is so long with Metro. It's just every hip hop artist you could think of with Metro. And now he's even trying to do some WWE themes. So God willing, he will be making some WWE themes. So here is the full list of artists that the people that have trained with us have worked with. I made a final full list so that we could all just have it in one big list. So if you go to busyworksbeats.com/premium, you could just sit here and watch all the list of artists. And this really isn't the full list because, like I said, the top 3 guys up here have produced more, like probably longer than this entire list. And that's incredible to think. Okay, so there's more testimonials here. You guys will see more testimonials in written form. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see more picture testimonials. So if you scroll all the way down, you'll see like the actual pictures that I have open today. Okay, so shout out to all these people here. So we're going to get into the pictures. I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that we have at busyworksbeats.com/premium. So that's where you train to become a master. And look at all these courses. It took me a while to scroll down the screen. Look at this. We have music theory, where I break down the fundamentals of music theory. We have a ton of courses here. Okay, I teach mixing as well. So if you guys want to get your mixes sharper, I teach you how to mix acoustic stuff and hip hop stuff. And what was this section here? This is actually, making the beats. And then we have the mixing section down here, which is the acoustic and how to mix hip hop. And then also too, we have online business training for people who are trying to just master the online business game, which is a whole different game. So, I mean, there's so many testimonials. I got overwhelmed. I had to spend all last night just compiling this list for you guys. All right. So we also have a new email list here, and it's, we pushed the email list to over 130,000 subscribers. Our Discord, let me pull up Discord real quick. All right. So here's our Discord where you guys can submit loops and you can work with producers in real time and you can get opportunities. Sometimes I post, opportunities for, so these guys are live streaming right now. I don't know how I entered that room. I don't know how to get out of here. But basically, there's opportunities for you guys in here that I post every now and again. But let me count the members here. So the reason I'm showing you guys this stuff is because I give a lot of advice online. And I know that it sounds like I'm making a lot of this stuff up, but a lot of the stuff is from experience, from multiple perspectives about music production. It's not just placement information. It's not just online business and not, it's all over the place. And I think we all can come together and add more information to the pot. So we have 121,000 and 668. I probably said that wrong. We have 121,668 members in our Discord. We're the fastest growing Discord for music production in this space. Kenny Beats technically has the biggest Discord. I don't know where Kenny Beats went, and let's just hope that everything is okay. So that is the Discord. So 121,000. So I think we've gone over my side of things. So we have the new email list. It's already at 130,000 over here. We covered the students. Oh, one more thing is when I give advice on like business and advertising, it comes from experience. So I pulled up my ad account here on Facebook just to show you guys, like I stopped spending money on ads and my new strategy is all about collaboration because I realized that we're both competing for the same keyword. Why am I paying a third party for us to compete and drive the price of the advertisement up when we can work together? It just makes more sense and get straight to the audience that we want to get to. So I learned back in 2022 to basically stop, bidding on keywords that we're both targeting. So anyhow, so here's the statements. If you look at all the amounts, so I've had a long history of paying for Facebook ads until I got smarter around 2021 and 2022. Okay, so I can click the load more for a long time here, guys. So I'm just going to scroll because I give a lot of advice about online business. So I want to make sure people understand that I put my own money up. I think in total, if I totaled the ad spend we did on Facebook, I think in total it was over $450,000 or $440,000 we spent on Facebook ads alone. This is not including Google. All right, so ton of ad money spent. Again, I can go all the way back to 2016 when it was ridiculous when we were first starting because I reinvested like crazy into ads, but that was a different time. Okay, so I mean, I can keep going, but it kind of will eat up a lot of time on this video. I just wanted to show you guys I have a real history of running my own advertisements and seeing what works over time. Okay, so again, we can go all the way back to 2015, but I don't want to waste time here. So the YouTube channel, again, we raised over $500,000 on the ad revenue here and over 220 million views on YouTube. Some I deleted, so it doesn't count the entire view count. But back to focusing on the students. And what I'm going to have to do with this video is even stitch it with another video full of testimonials from our students. So the testimonials are so long that it's like a mini movie. But shout out to Synthetic. He produced for Yeet. You guys know him for producing for Yeet. And he says, appreciate the love, brother. And yes, the homie we've been working for a minute. Send me your email. I'll send you my banks. So I was just showing you guys how, I've interacted with you guys as some of you guys' favorite industry producers. I just do business in a different way. I think it kind of is confusing for folks. So also I'm going to go, as we look up these folks, I'm going to look up their Instagram at the same time to help you guys understand some of the people they produce for. So let's do like a little dual screen here. So this is our guy, Peyton. If I could spell. Peyton the Alien says, bro, you the GOAT. I don't know if I would know how to use FL Studio without you. Let me know if you got an email for sampling and loops. So Peyton, let's see his page real quick. All right, so these look like newer artists. All right, so he is a newer artist. I don't know anybody from these like album covers because I haven't been listening to music in forever. The next person here is our guy, Jay Biss, but I wanted to acknowledge everybody who sent me a message recently. These are just recent messages. I didn't even count a long list of other messages. All right, so Jay Biss says, man, long overdue. I owe you a lot of gratitude for your content over the years. Curious to know how you came across my profile. So basically, on Instagram, when I add somebody, it shows like a little bar or a banner, I guess, of people that I'm not following. And then I'm like, oh, and I click on your page. I check your page out first. And I'm like, oh, why are we not connected? I should be connected to way more people. I never used Instagram like that, I guess. So it looks like he got a placement on Amazon Harlem. And dope. Again, I don't know everybody. So if you guys know some of these artists, let me know in the comments below. Is that a Nip Hustle? Oh, RP Nip. Okay, I thought that was about a placement. But dope. Appreciate his kind words. Let's move to the next one. So hopefully this is optimized for time. I don't know how long this will actually take here. Produced by Dave. Let me read his. He says, I appreciate that, brother. I've been joining your Discord channel for years. So he's been in our Discord. We have 120 something thousand producers in here. So he was more of our recent ad from a producer group I was in. A lot of mutual friends there. So I added him because I want to definitely be a part of you guys' network. I'm not trying to be the guy who's like thinks he's greater than everybody. It's like I'm trying to network. I just don't know because Instagram doesn't show me all the people that connect with me. So I don't know who's who half the time. So now I'm going to try to check a little bit more under the follow thing. So he says, yo, legend, and then put the hands up emoji. All right, so let's see here. Jacquees, HBK2. Is that Rotimi on the right or on the right and left? Again, I don't know all the R&B artists, so forgive me if there's somebody and I'm just missing it completely. I just don't know everybody, but shout out to him. Next up is KB, and produced by KB says, used to watch your YouTube videos when I started to learn all this. Big shout out. Let me make sure you guys can actually see. Okay, you can see. Okay. So he says, I used to watch your YouTube videos when I started to learn all this. Big shout out. So let's see what his page is all about. So, okay, so he has a whole thing with his placements. I'm just going to go based off his post. So is this Anna, Lil Baby? Is that NLE Choppa looks like? Again, I don't know all these artists, so forgive me here. Is that Blueface? No. Why does it look like Blueface? I thought that was Blueface. NLE Choppa. Billboard. He's on the Billboard here. I can't zoom in all the way to see exactly. It looks like Rotimi. Oh no, Who I Am. Okay, J. Breezy on that one. So imagine I had to sit here for hours going through everybody's page just to see who everybody's like, the results that they've gotten for themselves. Now, again, I want to be very careful when I make this list because I'm not saying that I handheld them through every single thing in their life. That would be crazy. What I'm saying is these people are acknowledging that I've contributed something to their journey. Okay. And everybody's different. Everybody doesn't need their handheld from step 1 to step 20. But they just appreciate somebody helping them. So that's what I love is like hearing these stories Because trust me, guys, some days, well, I should have warned you about this, the Party Next Door album title. So this is Drake and Party Next Door. It looks like he got his placements with them. And Party Next Door, shout out to Party Next Door. Even Party Next Door follows me on Instagram. Shout out to him. A lot of R&B looking covers here. I don't know everybody, so forgive me. Again, Party Next Door seems like his go-to mate here. And then Black. Shout out to Black. I don't know who is this. Post Malone and Party Next Door. Dope. And then DJ Khaled. That's pretty sick. Drake, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. I gotta add that to the list. That's dope. So again, I don't know. It's hard to really tell because they have so many placements that I don't even know how to count the placements. That's how many placements these guys have. But he said, of course, legend. So I appreciate him acknowledging me in that way. I see you, Jun says, thanks for the follow, OG. Yes, sir. Your videos is what got me started. Appreciate you. So let's check out his profile real quick. I see you, Jun. But yeah, I'm just super excited because this really helped me understand like that I'm not wasting my time with these tutorials, because sometimes I'll stare at the computer and be like, why am I doing this tutorial today? But if it's helping you guys get real results out there, I just love seeing the reflection of like my time wasn't wasted. I'm just glad that you guys are taking action on these things. So he's produced for SZA. Shout out to SZA and TDE. Can't tell again the other people, but SZA's pretty big. That's pretty sick, man. Nate Got Smoke. Let's check out his profile. So Nate Got Smoke says, dude, you're a legend. I remember watching your tutorials. I was like 13, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Would be dope to see to do something for real. Full circle moment. So shout out to Nate. And I'm definitely open to collab with you guys. I just did not know, so please forgive me. I just didn't know. So let me see what he's been into. Sometimes they have their placements produced by me. Okay. So sometimes it's like a highlight reel. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll try to mute the audio, but so it looks like he got Pyrex and Southside on that one. Is that Yeet? Forgot about this one with my dogs. Okay, he got a Yeet placement. Dope. Again, there's so many artists to account for. It's a long list. So I'm gonna do a couple more here. So again, forgive me, I don't know all these other artists, so I'm just going by the bigger name folks. But all these placements should be, you guys should celebrate every single placement, because it's hard to get other people to like your stuff. Here's our guy, Marcus Johnson. He says, no problem, bro. Your tutorials were some of the first that I watched when I started making music, so it was pretty surreal to connect with you. Felt like a full circle moment. All right, so he's produced he got Plaques. I might have to just read the testimonials because looking up the page is kind of taking up a little bit of time. So for time's sake, I might just read the testimonials instead, and you guys can go check out their pages. How about that? That might be fair. But I wanted to acknowledge, like, we have Grammy-winning people that were helped in this case. I just love helping everybody. It's just cool to know that you guys are taking action. This one's Kaz Rizvi. I'm probably saying that wrong. It says, likewise, used to watch your lessons a few years back. Gained a lot of valuable knowledge from them. Thank you. YZ Sword says, GOAT. Chadashi says, a big fan of your work, dog. Much love, dog. Used to watch your tutorials like crazy when I was first starting. Shout out to him. FinMP3.mp3 says, yo, I watched your tutorials when I was 12, bro. When I was first getting into this ish 10 years ago. Some people, I remember their page. There's just so many, y'all, that I don't remember everybody's placements, but I'll try to pull up the interesting placements. But I forget who had. Okay, so this is our guy who flips he's the creative content creator. I love that style. Next up is TM Cole. Says, thanks for the sauce, bro. Started around 5 years ago. Your YouTube is gold. So I appreciate him saying that. So he started only 5 years ago. You know how long I've been learning music production? So a lot of these folks I met through a producer chat. Okay, so I just wanted to add them. So I'm trying to remember everybody. So STG2X says, for sure, bro, you taught me how to use FL. So let's check his page. I think I remember his page specifically. Okay, so he has Lil Durk placements, Lil Baby placements. A lot of Lil Durk stuff going on here. Not sure the other artists, so forgive me. Just going based off facial recognition here. All right, so he's in that realm of artistry here. And Lil Durk again. Oh, I like that song. Wait, he was part of this song? If he was part of this song, that's crazy. Produced by, yo, this guy did my favorite song from Lil Durk. How am I just finding out? Hold up. I'm gonna type this in this chat. I almost spelled Dirk wrong. That's fire. That's fire. He said, for sure, bro, you taught me how to use FL. And he produced my literal favorite song from Lil Durk called Did Ish to Me with Duty Low. This is literally the hardest Durk song ever. And he produced it. That is insane. I did not know that until just now. That is fire. Man, that's love. Okay, so next up is Beats by LMC. He says, you're a legend, bro. I've been watching your videos since I started. Shout out to you, Beats by LMC. And let's see. So he's multi-platinum. He's worked with Lil Durk, Nardawick, Gucci Mane. Again, I don't know everybody, so forgive me. I believe he's a partner with his girl here, and they kind of do like collaborative work. From what I understand, I might be way off about that. I'm guessing. NBA 2K, Big 30. Is that Moneybag? I think that's Moneybag. Moneybag Yo. Man, I wish I knew more artists. Is that Kevin Gates? We had a Kevin Gates one. Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz. And that's dope. Man, y'all, I could go on for days and days and days, but is that Lil TJ? Yeah, Lil TJ. Again, y'all, I don't know everybody, so like bear with my ignorance here. ESTG, shout out to ESTG. I love ESTG stuff. His like first 2 albums are just gold. Little Skies. All right, so he's worked with a lot of folks, basically. Rich the Kid. So shout out to Beats by LMC. He says, you a legend, bro. I've been watching your videos since I started. That's dope. And he's really active. But I love that he partnered with his partner. That's awesome. That's really hard to do. Next up is Dave OS Beats. Says, how are you doing, busy? I've been following you for a while. You're one of the most consistent producers today. Thank you for sharing tips and knowledge. I appreciate you. Thank you. So this is Dave OS Beats. My son's nap time is going to end in about 10 minutes, y'all. So I got to figure out a way to read all these in 10 minutes. I might have to skip going to their profile pages. So if y'all don't mind, I might skip the going to their pages part, because there's like 100 more that we have to get through. So I'm going to have to skip that. I'm going to just keep our guy up on the screen here. So this is produced by Ikeo. Says, or Akeo says, hey, Busyworks. Let me read slower. Hey, Busyworks. I appreciate the follow. You are a YouTube legend for real. I used to watch your videos when I started out producing. Dope. CEO Yaz says, legend. Thank you. One Dipper says, thank you for teaching me FL. Thank you. Produced by Antara. I have a call with him soon. And he's super kind, by the way. He says, lovely connecting with you, legend. I remember watching your videos when I first started. You were very helpful. That's fire. Beats by Shars, I guess. Says, of course, what's up? By the way, I started producing watching your tutorials. Huge appreciation. Soulmate says, the GOAT follow me. Appreciate you, big bro. Thank you. And I said, you did, bro. Oh, no. He says, you did, bro. The first one that put me on with tutorials. Appreciate the knowledge, king. So anytime I connect with people on Instagram now, I'm like, thank you for connecting with me, because I truly believe that. Because I wasn't paying attention, because you know how Instagram separates the priority from everything else, and it kind of bundles everybody else who followed you. So I never like paid attention to the follow thing. Not out of disrespect. I just wasn't paying attention. And there's so many great people who wanted to connect, and I just was oblivious to it. So this is, I want to show them, and give them their praise too. Brantley says, produced by Brantley says, thank you too, bro. My journey in producing started from your video. He linked the video. That's fire. The exact video that got him started. That's fire. Shout out to Pario. He's dope. He says, yes, sir. Appreciate the follow. You're one of the goats of the YouTube game. And Pario's definitely been seen on YouTube before. So shout out to him. Shisu, Shisui says, yo, bro, thank you for being the first to teach me FL Studio through your tutorials when I started. Alistair says, likewise, man, you're the reason I know my way around FL. Thanks for all the help. I hear my son waking up, y'all, so bear with me here. 808 Plug Beat says, bro, when I started out, or excuse me, bro, when I was starting out, I was watching your videos, full circle moment for real. Evo Producer says, appreciate the follow. You always providing the producer community with gems. Shout out to Evo. Thank you for that. This is from Kaidu Music, or Kaida. Says, yo, bro, I've been watching your videos for years. It's helped me grow on YouTube. I'm one of the top people for Chris Brown type beats, but I kind of topped off around da-da-da. Okay, I noticed that when I do other artists. So basically, it's just needed a little advice. And then he said, yo, that's crazy. You were the first person I watched for how to title type beats literally 8 years ago. Keep creating fire content. So he's going hard with the type beats. Alec says, yo, bro, I've been watching your videos for years. It's helped me grow on YouTube. I'm one of the top people. Oh, wait, I just read that. My bad. I read his name and not his username. That's my bad. Okay. All right. So Soulmate, we read his. The Go Follow Me. Appreciate that. Let me get my son, y'all. I'll be back. Black 808 Beats is all good, bro. Appreciate the follow. Haha. All good, my bro. No worries. Should probably say I effed with the content loads. First started making beats around the time you started making tutorials. So you were definitely a part of me getting started. I realize how many testimonials I have open, guys. So I'm going to have to read these at like light speed. Roddy Beats says, legend in the game, big up. Thank you, Roddy Beats. Synthit, one of the dopest new YouTubers that I found, says, hey, thanks, Busyworks. You're a legend, longtime fan here. Cheers. No, he's a GOAT. He changed the whole game of YouTube tutorials and stuff. Ieno Beats says, you a legend, bro. When I first started producing, your tutorials helped me a lot. Frank Got the Pack says, of course, bro. I learned everything from you when I first started. How did you find me? So I just told him basically through Instagram. Now suggest people. So I get to connect with a lot of people. So good work, Charlie. Good work, Charlie. Says, you a legend, G. Thank you. Jamie World says, GOAT. Man, nah, you a legend. I appreciate you connecting with me with the F. And he says, MFer watched Yo-ish in high school. Dope. Rock T says, your videos inspired me since the very beginning. I had to make the transition from EDM to trap beats, and your videos definitely gave me help I needed. Dope. FL Studio was very hard for me to learn in the beginning. I'm still subscribed till this day. I appreciate you following back. Thank you, Rock T. Produced by Capt says, yo, legend, used to watch your videos all the time when I was starting out. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you. Yeah, this is a hard one to read. Yamara Kariahai. I'm just going to call you Carrier because that's a hard name for us in the U.S. Says, appreciate it, my brother. I've learned a lot from you. Thank you. Hefe the Slime says, man, I've been watching your videos for years, my guy. I appreciate you reaching out. Says, man, I've been watching your videos for years, my guy. I appreciate you for reaching out. Dope. Trademark says, of course, used to watch your videos back in 2016. EJ says, vice versa, you the GOAT. You definitely reached your goal. One of the biggest inspirations. Thank you. Zubin, Save Me says, hey man, it's great to connect. I've been watching your channel since I first started learning how to make beats. Appreciate all the game you've shared over the years. So thank you. Ricky Rex says, nah, thank you, GOAT. You helped me when I first started producing. Dope. Produced by Silo says, thank you, brother. Taught me a lot over the years. Thank you. Luis, or I always say Lewis, pardon me. Lewis says, of course, man, a big fan of your work and what you do for the community, man. Thank you. Segway, produced by Segway, says, yo, of course, bro, you taught me well. My G spent my first years watching your stuff. Let's stay tapped in for sure. Dope. Thank you. Giannis says, what's up, my guy? Most Def Man actually was watching your videos back in 2015 plus. So cool to connect. Dope. Saturday Stace says, of course, man, you're the GOAT. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So shout out to you. Peyton the Alien says, bro, you the GOAT. I don't know if I would know how to use FL without you. Audio Pills, shout out to Audio Pills is YouTube, dope YouTube. I think he does Bad Gear, if I'm not mistaken. The series says, happy to hear that. Thanks. Pleasure to be connected to the legend. Thank you. No, he's dope. Hey, Toby says, appreciate you, man. You're a GOAT. Thank you. It's really LG or Raiden says, absolutely champ. We got to collaborate on some content soon. That must have been me Accidentally putting this in the folder. My bad. Ian Plug says, I guess we can, well, it shows I collab with people. Ian Plug says, anytime, Monk, your tutorials carried me at the start of my career. Dope. And thank you. Matt Teep says, or Matt TP says, of course, man. Excuse me, of course, fam, you have no idea how much you helped me when I first started producing. Man, I was in like 6th grade watching your videos. Now I just graduated high school. It's crazy. Shout out to him. Merciless. So this is from the producer group I joined. They added me to a producer chat and I was just meeting everybody. So Merciless says, of course, bro, you're the GOAT. I wouldn't be anywhere without your tutorials. Shout out to you. So here's the producer chat that they added me to. And it says, facts, bro. Nah, for real. Definitely the first tutorials I watched late 2020 when I started. And they say, this dude, one of the YouTube OGs, he made the industry low key. High key, everybody knows him. It's a lot of chat, so I got to read. Okay, so this is from Wazo. Says, yeah, bro, you dope. Been following for a bit. Send some loops. Dope. Just shout out to him. Again, there's a lot of chat to read, so I'm trying to figure out the part why I saved this. I guess that was me trying to help him out. All right, so that's Wazo. Boom. Okay, so Busy Works is like the LeBron of FL Studio. That's hilarious. Junior Swift says, no doubt fan of the tutorials. Thank you. 1K Telly says, hey man, I appreciate the follow. Just want to say thank you. I've been watching you for like 7 years. Taught me darn near everything about producing. Shout out to him. This is Fossil says, hey, likewise, you're one of the best in the game. Thank you. Produced by Tap says, thank you for reaching out. Really appreciate it. This is a full circle moment for me. I used to watch your tutorials on YouTube when I first started learning production. They played a big part in helping me get started with making beats. I'm only halfway in, y'all. Halfway in. I didn't realize how many there are. How long is this video? This has to be 30 minutes of me just reading these. Holy moly, it's 30 minutes? Okay, I gotta like read these at light speed. This is 16. He's really, really fire. Go check out his page. He's fire. Says, thanks so much. And check out his TikTok too. Thanks so much. I've been a fan of the channel for a while. You low-key taught me how to produce. Now he's insanely talented. So go check him out on TikTok. Sully Beats Music says, thank you for the follow back. Get inspiration from your work ethic. Dope. Danu says, always, bro, you're a big inspiration for me. First beat I made was watching your tutorials. Shout out to him. Back at you, man. You're a legend for real, says Ali B or Ali B Zay. KD Pro says, yo, sure thing, bro. You really taught me FL Studio. Really appreciate you, bro. I remember when I was in school, I used to binge watch your videos whole night. Like it was Netflix. That's hilarious. This is from Genie. All right. So this is from produced by Genie says, no worries. You the GOAT. Shout out to him. Next up is Rocky Black says, likewise, brother. I definitely appreciate the tutorials as well as the inspiration to push through. Shout out to him. J Plus says, appreciate the follow. Been hip to you for a while now, maybe 2018 or earlier. One of the best sources to go to for producer tips and info. Shout out to him. Cafino says, man, thank you for all the game you're giving to the independent producers out here. Thank you. Produced by Culture says, can't lie. I used to watch your cookup tutorials. Appreciate you dropping a follow. He's dope too. Again, I would look up these people's profiles, but it's just so many that it's a lot to read. Let me get my garage, guys. Hold on. But yeah, literally last night I spent like 2 to 3 hours just going through all these guys' successes. This is so dope to hear these stories back. So if you have more stories, please DM me, guys. Add me on Instagram so I can share you guys' stories. This is somebody I saw collaborate with Roland Cloud, who I thought was super dope. So Saint Aria says, I'm all out of breath running up the steps, y'all. I had to get my garage. So he says, yeah, definitely, man. And thank you. I appreciate it. Your videos are super dope. Love the education. Let me know if you ever need a guitar work for your lessons. Any guitar work for your lessons. Dope. Cadet says, gotta catch my breath, y'all. Cadet says, yo, man, can't believe you followed me. I've been watching your videos since day one in my production journey. So stoked. Shout out to Cadet. Produced by Elite. Shout out to Produced by Elite. I think his page was pretty dope from what I remember. So let me go double check his. Says, yes, sir. I started producing watching your videos. Did I spell that right? No, I spelled Elite wrong. All right, so as I look up his page, so he says, yes, sir, bro. I started producing watching your videos. Dope. Now he's has stuff on Netflix, has his own Apple Music thing going on. Tunde, I believe this is more of the UK artist. So Tunde, was it Nines? A lot of other people work with Nines, Central C. I didn't pull up a lot of the profiles that, you know, the other guys work with, but a lot of the UK stuff is pretty dope. He's been on the charts. That's pretty fire. All right, so let's just keep going. Darrow Turn It Up says, yes, sir. How's it going, brother? Yes, sir. I thank you for sure. Your videos definitely helped me out during my journey. You're one of the best producers in the community. Let's go crazy this year. Shout out to him. Saki did that. Says, of course, bro, you're a legend. Thank you. Kill Austin says, thank you for teaching me how to make beats, sir. Thank you. I think we did Nate Got Smoke earlier, but basically Nate Got Smoke says, yeah, we read that earlier. Xavius, if I'm saying that right, says, yo, bro, this is crazy. I grew up watching you on YouTube. One of the first people I subscribed to when I first started. Shout out to him. I think we did I See You June, but basically said, your videos is what got me started. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I keep doing the Nate Got Smoke one. I must have taken multiple and forgot to delete the multiples. My bad. But basically, he said he's watching since he was 13. Capreem.wave says, hey, I've been a fan of your work on YouTube for a long time. It's an honor to connect with you. Shout out to you. Produced by Showtime says, my guy, appreciate that. I used to watch your videos when I started. You do amazing work. Keep up with it. Thank you. Growth Robin Hood says, God bless, brother. Thank you for pushing the boundaries further and being for the community. Thank you. Pierre Jamerson says, wow, honor for the follow, bro. You're a legend, dude. Keep doing what you do. I appreciate y'all. Stubaloo says, bro, just saw the follow. You taught me how to produce like 10 years ago, and I'm Grammy nominated now and live off music. That's fire. You literally brought up the first generation of bedroom producers. Appreciate King. Thank you. I didn't know that's a big testimonial right there. Dan Good says, thank you for the follow-up, and I've seen your stuff online. Appreciate you. Produced by KB says, used to watch your YouTube videos when I started to learn all this. Big shout out. Shout out to him. Slim Pharaoh says, started years ago by watching your tutorials, and he said, legend. So some of these are from YouTube. I have so many testimonials that sometimes I mix up the folders and stuff. So I try to, it's a lot. Jerry Banfield says, watching this at the gym to learn how to make my own beats. Dope. Thank you for this. After 2 years, I finally figured how to add kits in. So these are more YouTube comments. I'll skip these for now because I want to honor the people who messaged me recently. Jay Swell, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sewell says, busy works beats. Base One, shout out to Base One, says, had to, you're the GOAT. Shout out to him. Sonic a Boom says, man, thank you. You're a GOAT. Thank you. So K6 says, most definitely, you a legend. Lorenzo says, you as well. Came as a surprise to me, was watching your videos way back. Shout out to Lorenzo. Produced by Artix, has been watching you since I started producing. Yes, sir. One of the reasons I started. You and Nick Mirror. Shout out to Nick Mirror. Shout out to Arctic. Produced by Garney says, of course. I used to watch a lot of your tutorials back in the days. It helped me to start FL Studio. No cap. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Azura says, appreciate you for all that you have done for the community. Hey, thank you. Hocus Crazy. I almost said Hocus Pocus. Hocus Crazy says, what's good, bro? Been watching you since I started making beats. Produced by Reed says, what's good, bro? Used to watch your videos back in the day. You goated. Nile Waves. Shout out to Nile Waves. Go subscribe to him on YouTube. He makes really dope videos. Says, thanks for the follow, GOAT. Don't know if I would have even been able to learn FL without you. Shout out to him, though. He's on his wave. Appreciate the follow, bro. Been watching your channel for years, says Philip Chang. His username, it's unknown. The 44th floor, shout out to the 44th floor. Says, I love your content, bro. You give us producers the insight and knowledge we need. So he makes really dope sound packs and drum kits. He has a bunch of like gear. He's really good to study for sound design. So go support his business. 8 Key says, love your YouTube videos. Shout out to you. Jan Season says, appreciate your follow, bro. Big fan of your videos. Used to watch a lot of them when I started producing music. Shout out to Jan. So Wavy Beat says, of course, man, thanks for all the value over the years. Again, a lot of these guys are produced for like top tier people. I just can't pull up everybody's Instagram handle right this second. But yeah, the long list that I showed you guys let me pull up that list real quick. If you follow our YouTube, you know I posted this recently. So a lot of the guys that I'm showing you guys, they produce for 2 Chainz, 21 Savage, Black, A Boogie with the Hoodie, Anna, Ari Lennox, Ariana Grande, Bia, Central C, Chris Brown, DDG, DJ Khaled, DaBaby, Digga D, Doughboy, Drake, Duckworth, ESTG, Fabio Foreign, Folio, French Montana, that should say, not man. Griselda, Glorilla, pardon me. Some are Grammy winning. We got J. Cole, Duckworth listed twice there. ESTG, which is listed twice, but it is what it is. French Montana, G-Eazy, G Herbo, Gucci Mane, Gunna, Icewear Vezo, J. Cole, J. Critch, Jeremiah, Kanye West, Kalani, Kendrick Lamar, Kevin Gates, Kiana Lede or Lead, Kid Leroy, King Von, Kodak Black, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Lil Key, Lil Skies, Lil Tekka, Lil TJ, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Wayne, Lil Got It, Lucky, Metro Boomin, like as an artist, I mean, somebody produced for him. And I'm sure you guys saw the Metro shout out. Migos, Money Man, Moneybag Yo, NBA Youngboy, NBA 2K, NLE Choppa, Nardowick, Nems, Netflix, Nines. These are UK artists. OTF Chug, Party Next Door, PNB Rock, Polo G, Pooh Shiesty, Travis Scott, Trippie Redd, Tunde, Tyler, Will Smith, YB and Corday, YB and Namir, YG, and YNW Melly. So it's a long list of folks. Now, I realized after posting this picture, some people were skeptical. So that's why I'm making this video too, is to show you guys like these are the real people who have messaged me. I just had to create a master list of all the people that they've produced for, because there's just so many that it's like it's hard to really keep a list. Cavier says, love your work, bro. Recently went on Brick's call and taught me everything I need to know. Oh, so he was on a live stream with me and Bricks. Tino Crazy says, all love, brother. I grew up watching your videos. You definitely helped me become a better producer. Shout out to him. Beats by Casual said, appreciate the follow, man. Crazy because you were the first guy I watched on YouTube in 2017 on how to make beats. Legend. He says, thank you. I'm Henrik Official. He says, thank you for your videos and everything that you helped. Thank you for your videos and everything that helped me a lot. Azad says, you're incredible. Keep going, G. Thank you. So Promo God, he can teach you guys Facebook ads, Google ads. I think he focuses on Facebook, but he's the advertising goat. Says, thanks. I'm a big fan. I seen you on YouTube a lot before. So shout out to him. I just wanted to shout him out because he's a dope person. Keon on the track says, I like what you're doing for the producers out there. You're really giving them a lot of game and strategies. Thank you. Chris Rich says, legend. I learned from your tutorials, bro. Thank you. Ander says, for sure, bro, watched a lot of your videos over the years. Thank you. This Mo says, of course, super excited to connect with you. I got so much love and respect for you because you were one of the first people I watched when I started producing, and your videos helped me out a lot. So I appreciate you so much. Shout out to this Mo. Thank you. Atlas Lost, you guys know him for his sound design skills and his YouTube. Says, thank you, bro. Same goes. Legend. AOC Base says, yes, sir. I remember I used to watch your tutorials when I first started. Full circle moment right now. Joel Valentine says, I appreciate you, bro. You're a legend. No, thank you. I'd be lying if I said I didn't watch you on YouTube and learned a few things. Shout out to him. The GOAT, Johnny Giuliano. Now, he's the guy who came during the SoundClick era. So this is an honor, him even replying. He says, respect, bro. Appreciate you too. Know you've been doing your thing for a good while too. It's hard to be consistent. We'll love to chop it up at some point. So I got to reply back to him on that regard. Shout out to Johnny Giuliano, though. He makes super dope drum kits. Go support his business. Younger Next Life says, what's up, bro? Nice to meet you. You were the first tutorials I ever watched. Shout out to them or him and them. It looks like a duo. So, but shout out to both. David Drawer says, of course, man, you're a legend. And this is just one of the folders. I might have to make a different video about the other folder of videos and things because it's so long that it's just too many things to do in one video here. But Official Ronvo says, of course, this is seriously a full circle moment for me because you taught me a ton when I first started. Geo6 Beats says, yes, sir. Been watching your videos. I think we covered that earlier. Aces Beats says, yo, game, I appreciate the follow. I started making beats watching your tutorials back in the day. Thank you so much for the knowledge. Appreciate you. Reggie Beats says, thanks a lot, brother. This means a lot coming from you. I've been a follower since I started making beats on FL Studio. It means a lot, fam. You really do a lot for the producer community. especially for my generation who started making beats about a decade ago in FL10. I'm working timelessly to build the templates and more features. Will be added very soon. So he's commenting on FL. This is Shadow. He made a video about, was it gem pages on Shopify? So shout out to him for that information. He said, dude, no way. I'm glad you got some use out of it. You're a legend for real. Thanks for the love. All right, dope. And he does agency work if you guys want to reach out to him. Now, this is just one folder. Again, if you guys want a second video, I just don't want to cram everything into one video. I just found a whole nother folder with like all these things that I completely forgot about. I think I covered this in the video I'm going to stitch at the end of this video, but still, I'll just shout these guys out. So Palace says, dang, he said, dang, back then I was watching his tutorials and learned from him. This is crazy. I appreciate it. So I made a Palace tutorial and he retweeted it, shared it, basically saying like he used to watch the earlier stuff. Shout out to Beats Music. Sound Oracle is one of the mentors who taught me Ableton and sound design. Shout out to him. He has a really dope podcast, but now he's focusing on kits. So go to his website, soundoracle.net. This is produced by Aura. He says, you taught me how to make beats. Now I'm about to be on the Billboard Hot 100. And I said, that's fire. Simon Savita shouted me out. Thank you, Simon. So he was a speaker at an event that I couldn't make it to. I believe it was up in Canada. So I had to call in on Zoom or whatever we were using back then. So this is Ramon out of Morocco. He says, he shouted me out. He basically had his placement with 6ix9ine for the song Ya, and he shouted me out in his article. I thought that was so kind of him. This is Sound Oracle, and our guy is basically from ATL. All right, so this is Jay Black. You guys know Jay Black. We were both co-speakers on a panel. Somebody showed me one of my videos made it to the MSN homepage. That's pretty dope. Produced by Jack. Shout out to him. He says, bro, I used to watch you on YouTube in class back in 2015. Basically, you taught me how to produce. Shout out to Jack. He has a super dope sound design company now. And again, here's the same Illmind clip you guys saw. There's lots of good stuff on YouTube. But Busyworks and Simon Servita are my favorites at the moment. Shout out to Illmind. He's infinitely goated. He gave a lot to the community. All right, so this is the Genius article where Ramon shouted me out, so I wanted to thank him. He said, bro, there was only like Busyworks. Let me read it from the top. He says, I was just learning how to make beats going through YouTube like Busyworks Beats. He said, bro, there was only like Busyworks Beats on effing YouTube in my days. I was learning, and some days I swear no money was coming in. I was trying to get money from my friends. I lost many friends at that time. I still never gave up. So basically he was saying like we were in the early days where there weren't a lot of teachers back then, and we were just kind of forging our own way. So this is Realistic Production. Shout out to him. He's a great mixer out of ATL, I believe. I don't know if he moved or what. Young Chambers, I got to get him on the live stream to share his stories. But he's produced for KSI, 21 Savage. I want to say Future. I'm forgetting all his placements. He gets placements with like the newer class. So like I think OGZ in them, if I'm saying that name right. All right, so here's Diego F. He's produced for a lot of top hip hop artists as well. And then, Curtis King and them. I love Friday Music. Says, yo, keep moving, man. Been watching you for years. Also, welcome to Ableton. It's the Ableton curse. Once I first used Ableton, I don't know what to use anymore. I keep switching back and forth. So him and his partner made a viral song, multiple viral songs. And he basically was just acknowledging how he learned, and he would text me over time too. I think he did a video testimonial for me, so that I'll try to stitch that at the end of this video. Getting tongue twisted, y'all. All right, so there's our guy Amon Jackson, Dilio T2K. So this is a private mastermind I held. Carrington from Producer Grind. When we were in the ATL, I said, why don't we link up and just talk business? And here's my Razer campaign. So I've worked with $4 billion companies too. Razer Music, which is I've been on this campaign for 3 years. Metro Boom was on the campaign. Deadmau5, Anderson Paak, Noisia. There was somebody else that I'm missing. I want to say, Sunny Digital. I don't know if Murder Beats was on there or not. I can't remember. But yeah, we did that campaign, and that was like a 3-year thing with Razer Music. I've worked with Avid, who made Pro Tools. I've worked with Sweetwater, $1 billion company, and I've worked with what's called the Near Protocol, which is Web3. With my mentor, Chris Moye. So here's my Universal Audio. When I was at one of the biggest stage at Universal Audio for presenting some tips for the stuff that I would do with their software. So that was pretty unique. Probably the best company that I've worked with. That's why I have so much respect for them, because they handled that so seamlessly. It was just perfect. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Fab. This is Cuckoo, who you guys know from YouTube, and also linked up with Eric. We did an interview about Omnisphere, and that was dope too. I gotta find that video. It's been a minute. Okay, so shout out to the founder behind Omnisphere. All right, so I'm trying to find out. So Marvelous Beat says, "Yo, thanks so much, man. You're a legend for real. First ever producer I watched on YouTube. Dope." Chucky Beats says, "Love, bro. I learned a lot from you. Thank you, Chucky." When Metro Boomin followed me, I was like, I had to do a double take. I'm like, huh? Honorable C Note, I believe, is connected with me on Instagram. So infinite respect for Metro. Angel Gabriel says, been watching you since the start, OG. Thank you for the follow. Since 2017 on God, and the sauce is still going. Thank you. This is the CEO of Razer, by the way. $5 billion company at that point in time. This is our New York event where we had 150 plus people in a lounge. I funded the entire thing. Very risky, but it was successful in New York. So that was a good time with our guys. We did basically like a podcast in New York. This is when we went to SAE Miami and saw some of the folks there. So this is, I guess, ClickFunnels stats, I guess, through May when I was just hammering different deals, I guess. So that's the revenue from, I believe this is once we launched the software. I think that's where that's from. Produced by Jack said, this producer group chat I'm in is absolutely ridiculous. The amount of big names in here, I swear, Busy Works Beats, you could charge like $1,000 for entry. So basically I had a private mastermind with all the top people from Cashmere to Illmind to Decap to you guys name it. They were all in one big group chat on Telegram. And I created the group and I would, try to network with these folks. So that was a good time. I had to close it because it got too big. Once it got up to 270 people, it was just too big. It was too many people. I learned my lesson. Stars One Ill Twin says, you are the best. In the middle of your course now, and wow, just started producing this year and hit a roadblock due to my lack of music theory understanding. But with your codes, etc., you have made it so much easier for me to understand. Thank you so much. Thank you. Make pop music a goat says, thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you. I'm a big fan of your channel. I'd love to do a video collab sometime. I got to reach out about that. I forgot about that. I think we did a podcast. I'm not sure if it aired or not or where he put it, but he says, let us know what you think of the samples and thank you so much for the support. So basically he supported him and his business there. That pack was crazy. Go support his sound packs. All right, so I'm just showing, I guess these are just clips of like opt-in rates, 70% opt-in rates, just to show you guys like we convert people from one step to the next in the marketing talks that I do. Here's where I did a telecommunication with the, it was Battle of the Beat Makers. That's what it was. Shout out to Clifton. That's what it was. So I connected. David Guetta follows me on Instagram as well. And I believe emailed me, when was this, 2024? That's a whole year ago? No way, that was a year ago. So it says, amazing page, keep up the good work and keep sharing the love and light out there. So shout out to David Guetta. All right. Here's the 90% opt-in rates that we were getting at one point. So I'm trying to share as much information with you guys because I want you to understand it comes from a real place of experience. LLB, he has a coaching offering. So you guys should go check out LLB, see if you guys qualify for his coaching. It says, no worries. I had no idea those plugins existed. He says, and I just wanted to say thank you and big respect to you. I went through my teens learning FL Studio through your channel, and you were a big reason why I started up my own channel. So yeah, thank you for everything, man. So now he has his own channel. He has his own coaching and everything. So I think we did a live stream with, was it MIDI Money at the time? And we had 616 people in the live stream, which was crazy. I think I took a picture of that because I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, how did we get 600 people in this room? That's crazy. All right. So, and then it kept going up, 627, 637, 640. Now, the most people I've ever had during the live stream was on YouTube. I think it was like 1,000 people on YouTube. On Instagram, the most I've had was 720 people live. So when I saw these numbers, I was like, this is crazy. And then it up to 650. I don't know why I kept taking pictures. I clearly was shocked. 661. All right, so this is the dash from what, 2020 or whatever year this is. This is from, January 2020. So this is, the stats back then. B-Stick, shout out to B-Stick's one of my favorite YouTube channels right now because his ideas are just so creative. As far as music theory, he says, man, I love your content. Literally binge so much. Business means a lot. Thank you. Or business gems, sorry. Means a lot. That's why I say, like, you know, the stuff I share with you guys, I try to take from business, from music theory, music production, and give you guys as much crystallized information as possible. Young Chambers was watching that Universal Audio stream. So here's me on the cover of the UA, like banner or whatever. All right. And then Mixed by Ali was on there too. So here's me. I'm going to keep going. So Kabi says, yo, my G, you're a real one. Busy Works Beats is the GOAT, man. Dede learned how to make ish from your channel, man. I'm grateful forever. If y'all say you ain't, watch a Busy Works Beats tutorial. Oh, he said, if y'all say you didn't watch a Busy Works Beats tutorials, cap. So I see what he's saying there. This is Ray, shout out to Ray, DJ Swivel, and Clifton. And this is the Imsta Festival, or excuse me, Imsta Festa up in Canada when I had to fly to Canada there. All right, so this is when Young Chambers went to, I believe, AES. He says, man, I appreciate you. Day was awesome. I was able to connect with so many people because you're basically a household name to the producer community. Because I couldn't make it to his New York event. So I just was like, you know, I was like, hopefully Young Chambers can hold it down. And he did. He said, day 2 was great. Met so many awesome people. Al Sharpton. That was crazy. Leslie Brothwaite. If I'm saying that right. Mixed Happy by Pharrell. And EXO Tour Life by Uzi Vert. Tank God produced Rockstar by Post Malone. And he says, and still most of the people I've met all say this. Busy Works Beats helped me get my career started thanks to his videos. So shout out to y'all. Zena's was a producer we had on our channel. She was super dope. It says, I was looking on my Twitter and Ableton posted one of my tutorials. So I think we posted like 3 Zena videos, and she already got what do you call it? Sponsorships with Ableton, Isotope. So that was pretty dope. All right. So we went over Aura. So here's Mixed by Ali. Says, much love, man. I love your content and contributions as well. He's super business. I love that guy. This is just more pictures of us. This is the Metro tweet. Shout out to Metro. He says, love, bro. I've always been a fan. The work you do for the community is monumental. So again, shout out to Metro. Rich Young Lord says, thanks for your support of the course. I'm a big fan of your content. He collabed with Sound Oracle on a course. Maddie Beats is my guy. Would absolutely love to. Obviously, being in the space, I've been a fan of your content for a minute and everything you do for the community. So I appreciate you for real. Now, he's dope. This is one of my videos on I Am Dante. I got over 1 million views. So I've done the artist thing, done the producer thing, done the online business thing. So I'm trying to show you guys all these aspects of like the game, basically, and how I got my video past 1 million views. This is only one of the videos. And so yeah, it's on Dante's channel. I think it's still there. So that, I don't even know the new numbers. This is from years ago. So it's probably over 2 million by now. I am ADP says, what's up, bro? You're a legend. Shout out to him. I was clipping this because one of my videos that I posted to Facebook got a crazy amount of views. Architects says, appreciate your comments, my G. You taught me so much. I got plenty of hours on your videos. All right. So there's so many people that I gotta, let me read this one. This is from Shumi. Says, man, I can't thank you enough for not only opening my eyes to producing as a youngster, but not showing, let me read this slower. Man, I can't thank you enough for not only opening my eyes to producing as a youngster, but now showing me specifically how to move forward with my career. I've been discouraged and depressed over this the last while, and this made a lot of sense and helped. I'll message you when I get that next big placement. Keep motivating the entire producer community. I can say with confidence, you're responsible for the majority of producers getting into the game. So hopefully he's doing well. So these are stats. What is, I don't even know what year this is from. Oh, this is when we got 60,000 subscribers in a month. That was pretty crazy. So this had to be 2022, I think. That was our highest subscribers ever in a month. 62,000. I thought that was pretty crazy. Chucky Beats. All right, so we did a lot of these. So Dylan, who used to run Producer Grind, who sold it, he says, young goat. Shout out to Dylan. This is Analog for Life. I really love his NAM profiles. You could buy them on Analog XAI's website. They're really good. Look for his 4K console presets for the NAM profile. It says, peace, Lord, keep pushing us forward. Shout out to him. This is when I was in a session with 5 producers who I think had 10 billion plays combined at that time. Diego Ave is the one who kind of, linked me with all these other folks. Go Grizz, you guys know Go Grizz. DJ Swish, Superfire. Bricks, you guys know Bricks. And the Nasmore, I believe, was signed to Murder Beats. Bo Beats, and I was the one taking the picture. Bo Beats says, "What's up, Busy? Your channel was one of the first I watched that inspired me to start mine. Hope things are well with you in these weird times." So I think that was the pandemic. He probably sent that. This is Brandon. This is Blanc. Says, "I just wanted to say thank you for all your positive feedback on your channel. I've been watching your videos since 2015 when I was 15. I'm from Atlanta, and I only just started taking production and singing seriously in March, but I've progressed very quickly in the last few months. I've opened up an LLC, and my goal is to build my own label with the artists from all mediums and art forms. I was wondering if you might be able to help me." Okay, cool. So he gave his number on that. Thought that was something else. This is Richard Hamilton. I basically grew up with his family, like behind the scenes. So I got to see everything from him go from high school to be drafted into the NBA to then win the championship for the NBA. Like I saw everything. I saw his first car when he pulled up in this like champagne colored Benz. And funny enough, my first car was a champagne colored Benz. I think because I saw him get one. And that was like subconscious. But I realized, I'm like, wow, I got this car because he had a car that looked like this. But long story short, I saw the whole NBA lifestyle and it's pretty incredible. All right. So, okay. So, oh yeah. And Drake's dad follows me. And he emailed me one time. I don't have the email on here, but he definitely emailed me to thank me about stuff, because I wouldn't expect Drake's dad to be in the production, but he is apparently. So shout out to him. This is Dan Pena, for those who know. If you don't know, if you know, you know, type of thing. But yeah, this is Dan Pena. I'm gonna keep, this is so much. But here's the I taught these guys, basically we went live, and they said I taught them a lot of FL Studio and stuff, and some of the AI technologies, and they applied the information, and it's called Moving in Silence, and they created this whole album with like all these AI voices from Travis Scott to Quavo to whoever. And the album, I think he said it went on to do millions on Spotify. I forget the exact numbers, but basically at the time of this, when I screenshotted it, it was already at 250,000 in 3 weeks almost. Plays just on YouTube. This was not including the Spotify that they released. And this is all them singing. It's just they swapped their tone for the artist tone. So they produced the beats and they did the singing. They just changed their tone for somebody else's tone. All right, this is Sasha. I believe she moved into law, but this says, "And you basically taught me how to produce." Shout out to Sasha. This is years ago, I think 2019. Again, Palace. This is, I said, "I'm just humbled to serve you with my best." And I was just tagging everybody in the post because I truly am humble. Like every time I go back and see, I'm like, you guys are so successful. It's crazy. So Palace, Illmind says, "Give this guy his flowers." Holly, she's the person who helped me with my music videos. So shout out to her because she helped recruit all the rest of the people for that. So she played a big part in that. So I got to thank her. Let's see who else. Dude Clay, who has a Drake placement. Shout out to him. I believe he won a Grammy, if I'm not mistaken, or at least Grammy nominated. Shout out to Curtis King. Who else is up on here? Kind of skimming. So, okay. So I Love Friday again. Let's see who else is up on here. Again, there's so many testimonials, y'all, that there's just too many. Jay Rent says, "Thanks. I appreciate it, man. By the way, your videos taught me a lot about FL Studio. When I first started out 4 years ago, I learned about 808 glides and all that stuff from your channel." Shout out to him. Bass Guttis is BusyWorks Beats #1. Don't even think about @ing me. So shout out to him. All right. So these are, okay. So that was a long list. This video has to be 1 hour. Let me see. Literally 1 hour of me just going through pictures. This isn't even the actual full video because I have to stitch this video with the other video. So, man, I just want to hear more success stories from you guys. So if you guys have success stories, follow me on Instagram, and hopefully I'll see that you follow me, and then try to DM me if you can. That way I could like get you in the DM system so I could actually see your name. And we just want to hear more stories. This is crazy. But yeah, a lot of the students have produced for a lot of the folks out there. So come join us at busyworksbeats.com/premium. Train with and learn how to make beats like the pros. Peace out, guys.
But back then we had like Busywork Beats and some other dudes. So I just had to figure it out. And yeah.
Shout out to BusyWorks.
Shout out to Busywork Beats. I spent a lot of money on these courses back then. They did an amazing job.
As I say, as like the goddess of all the musicians, and he's giving that to us, like God sacrificed himself for the people to give them his help. he's kind of like the god, but a musician god, and he's giving it to us.
Hey, thanks, man. Oh, Busy Works is the homie. Busy Works beats, people. That's one of the nicest guys on earth. I don't even know how he's so fucking nice. He's like the nicest fucking guy. And he's smart as hell, too. And he got more videos than me out.
You don't have no drum? Oh yeah, I got some shit. I just don't have the newest shit. I lost your shit. That's not the right one. You don't do that.
At a studio. Literally.
Yeah, I saw that.
We were all
I saw that.
friend,
Yeah, like Decap and who was it? Busy Work Beats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Busy
Works.
Yeah, and then a lot of it now is like quick IG videos that I get like these little.
Oh shit, Busy Work Beats! Skinny bank. Well, now we play skinny bank, take that bank. That's because it ain't no work being offered, man. No work. They act like they ain't even thinking about us, man.
You a goat. Thank you so much, Busy Works Beats, dude. You are the fucking greatest. Absolutely love your channel.
in the chat room to quasi celebrity favorite of mine, Busy Works Beats. Hey man, love what you do. Please get in contact with me.
Hey man.
We need hey man.
Well, so if y'all have any questions, feel free to DM me.
Gerardo's one of the biggest marketers on TikTok, by the way.
So are you, though, Daniel.
Thanks.
This is Dakota from Bass So Dope. Man, Busy Works Beats is my #1 secret when it comes to samples, presets, lessons. If you want to learn, if you need promotion, Busy Works Beats, my #1.
Sup. It's your man Chris AK, giving a video testimonial for my boy Busy Works Beats. Any new producers trying to learn this, I recommend you rock with it.
Middle. So instead of using the drive knob, I switch to overdrive, and it creates a tone. So let me turn it on. Let's go on 808, and grab the 808.
Shout out to my guy Busy Works Beats. Actually came across Busy Works Beats when searching the best music theory tutorials on YouTube. His name came up constantly. I checked him out. I was impressed by two things. Number
Young Busy Works Beats, man. Man, I've learned a lot from Busy. I was learning.
I just want to shout out to Busy Works. He is, dude, you don't know how much I'm learning from you. Just sitting back in the crack. So sometimes don't even invite me up as a moderator or a speaker. I just want to sit back and.
Busy really the plug. He just don't like to promote it. He know everybody, bro.
Yeah, he is, man.
Busy really the plug. He just don't like to promote it. He know everybody, bro.
Yeah, he is, man.
Hey guys, this is Georgia. I just want to say Busy Works Beats is hands down like one of the coolest, best people that I've worked with in the music industry. Literally so smart, so knowledgeable.
Just at a studio. Literally.
Yeah, I saw that.
We were all
I saw that.
friends,
Yeah. Like Decap and who was it? Busy Work Beats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen to him.
Busy Works.
Yeah, and then a lot of it now is like quick IG videos that I get like these little.
Yeah, so I mean, when I started producing, I used to see a lot of your videos, just like tutorials, and then just how to maneuver through the industry and all these little gems, and it's it's dope to finally meet you.
Awesome. Yeah. Diego was like, gotta meet this guy. I was like,
What's good, everybody? It's Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com, and today I want to talk about Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. I came across this information on a random search, not really a random, but more specific search on FL Studio related tutorials.
The next trick, if you want your drums to hit, for all producers, this doesn't matter which genre you're focused on. But again, it comes back to harmonic content. If I take a sine wave.
Young Busy Works Beats, man. Man, I've learned a lot from Busy. I was learning from Busy online before I met him. And then we actually met. I got to do a lot of business with him. And man, he's taught me.
Busy Works Beats. This is a man who's been a true leader in my life, a mentor, a creator, and a close friend. It's been insane, my experiences with him, and to actually be able to work with him in a studio is life-changing, both musically and
Shout out to my guy Busy Works Beats. Actually came across Busy Works Beats when searching the best music theory tutorials on YouTube. His name came up constantly. I checked him out. I was impressed by two things.
I'm always in this dusty pajama sweater, but me and Busy Work Beats got something coming. He used one of my loops and my drum kits to make a song, so shout out to him for that. Me and the OG of FL Studio tutorials got a song coming.
nail this. You know, when you go to producer YouTube pages with like so many subscribers, I think that's amazing, and I think all those guys are doing an amazing job. You know, like Busy Works Beats and all these guys. Even
Shout out to Busy Works.
my man Simon Surveyor.
Hey, thanks, man. Oh, Busy Works is the homie. Busy Works Beats, people. That's one of the nicest guys on earth. I don't even know how he's so fucking nice. He's like the nicest fucking guy. And he's smart as hell, too. And he got more videos than me out.
And luckily you messaged back and said start a new channel. I think that was all you said, so I was like, right, Busy said start a new channel, so I'm going to start a new channel, and obviously that paid off, so thank you for that. And the reason I was saying that is because, you know, everyone seems
Busy Works Beats in the fucking place to be. Everybody, Busy Works Beats. He don't know, but I look at him like uber famous. But Busy Works Beats, the reason why I gave him that introduction is because homie has literally been teaching us producers how to produce for years. I've learned so many tips and tricks of watching this channel, even before I even ever thought about doing.
Live in Crypto Voxels with Busy Work Beats. Got a deal in the building. Crypto Voxels come through. Crypto Rich.
Let's see who's on the internet. We see, Busy Works Beats. How you doing? Unclean Machine sounds crazy. Awesome. Very, very good. You're gonna get to find out a lot more about it today.
This is not the easiest mission. Busy Works Beats. What's up, dude? I actually have seen your videos, bro. I've seen your, I used to produce music in FL Fruity Loops.
We had this engineer, Urko, did an amazing job.
I know you're watching me.
Truly does mean the world. So anyway, ask your questions down below and I'll try to answer as many of those throughout today as possible. Much love.
Coupe at the lot, Tony fuck 12, fuck SWAT, busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box.
All right, guys, today I'm going to show you how to make your piano more interesting and filled with more life and more realistic. The first step is making it an extended chord, like a 7th chord, and you can learn these with our chord codes.
bro. I started making beats at 15. I forgot. I think I was watching like some Busy Works beats tutorials. And when I got into beats, bro, I dropped everything. Like wake up early, cook up, get home from school, cook up. Like that's all I did, bro. I already know how that feeling is when you get into something.
Same, yeah.
What was like the learning process? Like, did you learn?
YouTube videos.
Who you was watching back then?
Busy Work Beats.
Busy Works in that motherfucker.
Goddamn.
Busy Works GOAT, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That nigga GOAT, bro. That nigga.
Today we're gonna make some Lil Uzi Vert tracks because Makai's looking for beats still, and left the link in the video description in the case that you want to also send him some Lil Uzi Vert beats. He's a crazy dope artist. He's like the only artist that I got really excited. FL Studio Hacks Part 2. Did you know you can drag a picture directly into FL Studio's playlist and it becomes your background? If you go to your playlist on the left side where it has these patterns, just highlight all of them, just right click and go to rename and color. Click these tabs to change it to your favorite color. Melody made extremely simple. Think of counter melody like contrasts, just polar opposites. We have a high frequency playing in triplets and we have a lower frequency playing in quarter notes. So this is what you do when you get beat block. This one's from J5 Links. One is listen to music that got you inspired. I mean, you started making beats because you got inspired, so you need to get re-inspired by listening to dope music. But on an emotional and psychological level, it's because you literally have block. The Mike Dean guitar secret. Run your amped up guitar through the harmony engine from Entourage. Effects you didn't even know you needed. If you want the Kanye effect, add harmony engine from Entourage and just make sure you guys pick the right key. And for better results, add auto-tune before harmony engine. Just make sure the keys match.
How did you learn how to do that? Was it still from your dad, or like you was watching tutorials, or?
I was watching tutorials. I was watching like you know, Busy Works Beats.
The legend.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That's
he
the
taught
guy
me from
right there.
Young, like 16, 15. Sees that shit. Just like how to record, like the basic shit, and you kind of just gotta learn from there.
Bro,
You know what I mean?
Busy. I don't know where the world would be without Busy World Beats. I don't feel like music would be evolved as it is.
I don't know where he went. I don't think he kept up with like the way shit went.
I mean, he made everyone so fucking good. Like
he gave away the sauce.
He
bro.
gave away so much sauce. Like music was just thing. Like it was gate kept. Like how to do certain shit. And he just had this nigga Busy Work. Hey
I
man,
mean, shout out Beats.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Busy Work Beats definitely deserves some publishing, all right? Make sure everybody that watches
No, that's too much. That's too much.
That's too
I need my
much?
pub.
You need your pub?
I love my pub.
I started watching mad YouTube tutorials, bro. That's it. Like, now there's way more, but like back then there wasn't as many, but there still was Busy Works Beats type shit. Like
2017 internet money tutorials was running.
Yeah, I fuck with Busy Works.
First, shouts out.
Shouts out to Busy Works.
It's funny because Super Duper J made a comment. He said Busy got all the girls, and then I go to Busy, or Instagram pop up, and it's Busy over there on the beach.
Oh yeah,
Mermaids. I'm like,
oh yeah,
he's
Busy.
right. He's right.
Yeah, you can't turn. Good lord, Busy dog, Busy. I can't be dog. Busy got all the girls. Dog, I can't have this on my Instagram.
Yeah. Busy's doing the most.
How dare you, Busy?
What's up, world? It's your boy Jumarcy, and in today's Who to Follow, I want to feature the homie, somebody you probably already know, at Busy Works Beats. He is Philadelphia hometown hero. He is the premier educator on how to make beats online. Super.
There, but also Busy Work Beats did that too.
Yeah, shout to Busy Work Beats, man.
He brought us Oreos. He brought me a gallon of chocolate milk.
He brought
I just said on Black Chat, like, oh, I love chocolate milk, and then he brought chocolate milk.
Shout out to
Like,
Busy Work.
so
Shout out to Busy Work
he's,
Beats, man. He's
I
one of the
never
nicest
forgot
guys
that.
I've ever met.
And if there's anyone out
From the experience, I'm just basically just coming out and learning like new things, sound design. Everyone putting like their new inputs and stuff like that. I drove from all the way from Boston. I got the email and it was a secret.
I still do so much
hey, yo.
What's up? This is Jay Major from the Billionaire Beat Club from the suburbs of Philly. You know what I'm saying? I'm hooking up with my boy Game Ford Studios up here. You know what I'm saying? First time here won't be my last time. You can believe that. But yeah, man, I'm producing for.
I am so glad that I signed up Busy Works Beat. It helped me make my transition from analog to digital. I thank you.
If you need anything from sound design, music theory, how to record, mix, master,